So on this channel we have done one time blind date with a book, and it was with a mixed result in the fact that Gog Magog that I read was not a particularly good book. But we can try it again. And my girlfriend picked this one for me also. And I have not looked at this note, so let's see. Blind date with a book, genre, romance, science fiction, LGBTQ+. Resume. This is a lesbian heist rom-com in space. In other words, it is unlike anything you have read before. It's filled with whirlwind adventure, cunning cons, unexpected romance, and a lot of humor. The protagonist is a masterful con artist with wit and charm, and you can't help but root for her. With this book, you're in for a wild ride. That sounds exciting. Let's see what the book is actually, which book it is. Alright, I guess we will be reading Lady Eve's Last Con by Rebecca Framo. I don't know who the author is, I don't know anything in the story, but I'm excited to read it. And yeah, let's cut, and when I get back to you, I will have read it and let's review it. Alright, so we finally finished the Blind Date with a Book 2, which, as you just saw from the intro before, is Lady Eve's Last Con. And oh boy, was it a read and a half. It was fun, but all over the place. And I think that describes this book very well, because it was very much everywhere at the same time without being anywhere. So the entire story follows, what's her name? I honestly don't remember her name, and it's kind of sad, isn't it? It's written first person, so you know. They give her a name. Like, she has a real name and a fake name. I don't remember either of them. But yeah, I mean, reading this book. Oh yeah, Miss Uyukavu. It's really take a shot every time people are mentioned by their full name, or yeah, Evelyn Uyukavu. Like, it is weirdly written. Like, so okay, so this girl, I honestly don't remember her name. I want to call her Tara or something, but I know that's another character. I think here in the end we probably get her name written at least a couple of times. Anyways, it's basically main character acting as Miss Uyuko, or Evelyn Uyuko, who is this rich woman from a offshoot planet far away, and she's trying to con Esteban Mendes Yuki, which is like, let's just squeeze three types of regional names together and be like, all right, we're good. And apparently the idea is the con she's running, which is marrying him and leaving him last second or something like that, to get all or half his money or something, is called the Lady Eve Con, or Lady Eve's Last Con. Like, it is such a bad title, because the comment about the name of the con, that's the name of the book, is a throwaway. It was only and I think it's like halfway through the book you're like, oh wait, that's the name of the con, that's why the book is called what it's called. And it's never explained why it's called a Lady Eve's Con. It's just dropped. Oh, that's what you're doing a Lady Eve's Con, and then everyone's like, yeah, she is, and then moving on. It's really weird. The book itself, I mean, it's not the worst I've read, but it was really all over the place too in the story. For most of it, it doesn't even feel like there's really a plot going on. It was just going on. And I was really making it a tough read. So, reading Blind Date with a book. The first one we did was Gog Magog, and that one had a very clear linear story. And I was just not interested in the story. This one, it has some pretty interesting characters. It had some funny moments. I would have loved for it is a romance book, at least that's what it says. I would have loved for there to be more romance, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, like friendship is also awesome to read about, but when you're told it's a romance book, you kind of expect a romance. But it wasn't a bad book. Well, it wasn't, a bad romance. It's just, I wanted more. And yeah, to get back, Gog Magog were very linear. This one feels just like, what's her name? Rebecca Framov. It's just shooting in every direction, not really explaining what is going on. We're just going with the flow. And that can work. That can definitely work. But it also feels like then anytime something really related to the plot, it feels more accidental than anything. Like, oh, she stumbled upon the next step. And then at the final actual conning part, it's weird because it really acts like everyone is caught up and knows what they're supposed to do. But we, the audience, are not told anything. We're just told to, roll with it. And it's fine, you can do that. But really, it's just blindsiding us along the way, because a lot of the time it's just Oyoko going to one party to another. Nothing's really showing us that she's a good con artist. We're just told she is until the end, where she uses the brother's sister and her own sister to con the brother and the evil gang people. Really weird. Really, really weird. Did I mind the book? Not per se. Would I recommend this book? Probably not. Does it change my opinion on the concept of Blind with a Book? Absolutely not. On the contrary, it adds to it. It makes the idea that much better, because I would never have picked this book. And I feel like that's I already started on the video for the third Blind Date with a Book, which is a horror story, and that's the same thing. And the same thing with Gog Magog. I would never have picked any of these 3 books, or so far 2 books. So, it's doing its thing. It's getting me to try something, and I feel like that's where it's good. It doesn't really matter if the books are perfectly good. I mean, of course it would be better if they were really good, but it's getting you out of your comfort zone a little. It's getting you to try stuff. In this case, I tried a romance science fiction LGBTQ that is described as a lesbian heister rom-com in space. I don't think that's true, but it was filled with humor. There was some fun, genuinely funny moments. But being that the story is just all over the place, it's difficult to take in. It would be more if it was just, we follow a rich person as she's trying to get in good grips, trying to figure out how to get rid of her fiance or whatever to get with the sister. That would have been a more interesting story. It would probably have worked better for what Framov was actually doing. And so yeah, and I mean, all the sci-fi stuff was really just a dress sitting. It didn't feel like the sci-fi were that important. We did have a lot of references, explanation for things, but it really, you could have said it in modern times and you would probably have written the exact same story and nearly word for word, pretty much. Instead of sending the kosher chicken to Earth, it would now just be sending it to a poor country in Africa. And that's kind of the entire thing. So there was a beach where the gravity thing failed. Maybe it's one of those fake beaches with wave generators. Maybe the wave generator failed and it started, flooding the area or something. Like, there you go. And of course, all the robots, we have borderline self-driving cars already, so, you can just be like, oh, it's a self-driving Tesla. There you go. Done. We got it in modern times. But what I'm really trying to get at is the book did not feel like it was thought through, and that's a shame in my opinion, because it also had a huge amount of potential, because it did set up some good stuff. It did have an interesting premise. It just never quite got there. That's how it is. Would I recommend it? No, it's a solid 2 out of 5 for me. So not the worst I've read, but far from the best. Anyways, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Next book will probably be part of the Dwarf series. I'm trying to end the year with some books I know I'm gonna enjoy, because Christmas coming up, wanna be happy, wanna enjoy reading a lot here at the end. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Goodbye.